I'm very happy to see all of you here, dear ambassadors, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen. Let me say that I'm very happy to be here and to see all of you. You all represent a diverse range of business sectors, but I think that one very important thing is what unites you is the shared decision made either by yourself or your shareholders to choose Latvia as a place to invest and operate. And I just want to thank you for this. I also want to thank the Chambers of Commerce for organizing this event and very kind invitation. Frankly, I was not expecting such a big crowd here. I thought just a couple, 6 or 7 people would show up and we would have a kind of very nice, almost family-like conversation. But let me just make a couple of introductory remarks and then I would be very happy to answer to your questions. I know that some have been already there, but I would very much enjoy live interaction rather than reading questions and then trying to answer to those. The global turbulence of recent years and the full-scale war in Ukraine have changed the way many of us work and think. It has shown our strength and readiness to help Ukraine until its complete victory. Our help is appreciated at all levels. Cutting economic ties with aggressor countries, Russia and Belarus, is also a powerful way to support Ukraine. The war and various geopolitical shifts have naturally also brought up some insecurities about the future. It is human, it is very much experienced worldwide, not only here in this country, in Latvia. I very much understand people's concerns and anxieties, and here I want to outline some aspects of our security. Latvia is a member of both NATO and the European Union. And so far, there are no better security guarantees for us and also other countries in the region. At the same time, I think we all understand that the primary responsibility for our country lies with us. Let me reiterate some of the key tasks I think Latvia must do and actually is doing. The primary focus is on reinforcing Latvia's eastern border, reinforcing against both hybrid and military threats. It is a crucial step in safeguarding our national security, and efforts are underway to equip the border with essential military infrastructure, including the construction of facilities like Celia training ground. This is essential for both national defense and also the whole alliance requirements. Simultaneously, advancing the defense industry is an imperative to ensure self-sufficiency in production and supply. Furthermore, there is a continuous effort to bolster societal resilience with additional measures to strengthen state defense services and also reform civil protection protocols. Stricter enforcement and punishment for crimes against state security are also an integral part to safeguard national interests. Lastly, action is also required to enhance the electoral system, addressing emerging challenges posed by misinformation and now also the artificial intelligence in electoral campaigns. Actually, I'm going to submit the legislative proposal in coming days to our Parliament to make sure that this part is also covered. Recently, while participating in Davos Economic Forum, I had the chance to take part in a closed discussion on the annual global risks assessment. The politicians and CEOs were like-minded that the risk outlook has significantly deteriorated. It also shows that the landscape of global risks is getting more integrated, yet fragmented. It makes it more difficult to prepare. Misinformation and disinformation were recognized as one of the top risks. This risk actually leads to further polarization of society. And we see that very much here in Europe, but also across the Atlantic Ocean in North America as well. On top, we have mounting risks of geopolitical tensions, economic disparities, and also climate change. During the discussion, we tackled the importance of risk preparedness at all levels, be it government and also private sector. However, the idea that I personally shared was that we should not and we shall not live with the sense of doom. We have to actively shape the future, make it resilient to the complexities of our world. And actually, by showing our preparedness, we also demonstrate our strengths. Dear friends, dear business representatives, today we meet, as I said, I was expecting much more informal setting, but we meet in a very formal setting. However, during my regional visits, I usually try to visit the production sites of both local and foreign capital companies. This has been quite an enriching experience. And I want to thank you for the trust you have put in Latvia in a truly positive way. And I have met many motivated entrepreneurs who focus on opportunities, not obstacles. A positive and forward-looking mindset is something that stands out. And of course, the challenges are also there. Lack of workforce being on the top, followed by excessive administrative burden, and also the negative impacts of the shadow economy. Business representatives also demand a clear short to long-term vision from the government. It is about energy, climate, health, or any other field. We are aware of the problems, and sometimes it seems that we are stuck in the phase of problem identification. I don't know how many of you know, but in Latvia there is a joke that all the solutions that we have should be put for Darba Grupa. I already hear that from many foreign representatives that whatever the challenge there is always the answer Darba Grupa. The problem is that sometimes those solutions disappear somewhere. And this is something that I actually now, using my political capital, pushing the Prime Minister and also the Cabinet Ministers to be more proactive. And here we should really focus on the result we want to achieve rather than the process. I do believe also in a snowball effect, that small positive changes lead to bigger results. But of course, for that, someone needs to start and someone must be the first one. Dear friends, when the new government began its work, I urged them to give a special attention to education and science, attracting investments and reducing regional and economic inequalities within our country. Additionally, priorities should include healthcare, both external and internal security, and enhancing Latvia's economic competitiveness. And I will continue working with the government to raise awareness about those tasks. But what I also have found during my regional visits and also talking with people, that in order to manage the change, one needs to talk with people. One needs to listen to them. One needs to explain why the change is happening. And that is where I'm seeing quite a challenging situation. It's not enough for ministers simply to go around the country to meet with local governments or with those people who are working in those agencies that the minister is in charge of, but also one needs to talk with general public in a town hall settings or in any other way. And sometimes the experience is very interesting, very enriching. People are starting with very unsatisfied remarks or questions, but when they feel that they are being talked, then they are also ready to listen and also to accept the change. I have also established the State Competitiveness Council to enhance government efforts in bolstering Latvia's competitive advantage in science, higher education and business. Our competitive edges should be based first in a good education system and a highly skilled and healthy workforce. Second, we shall focus on science and innovation to generate high value-added products and services. And third, we need to support traditional and profitable sectors too. I believe that our strengths could be in the speed of business operations and a transparent and trusted decision-making process. When talking about the future economy, we have to think also about the sustainable growth. I believe that Latvia must continue its path towards energy security and independence, and we should make good use of renewable resources. The government must have a clear strategy on how our energy and climate-affected sectors will develop in the future. In this regard, I will organize a discussion with the key partners to discuss Latvia's energy strategy. Of course, the government has a big role in taking the necessary executive decisions. But each one of us could be also a change maker. Latvia's main advantage is that every company and every individual can find ways to be part of making our future more prosperous. You can do it through active involvement in organizations such as chambers of commerce. You can cooperate with local governments. You can start by introducing changes at your own company, for example, cooperating with local scientists for the development of a new product or prioritizing the lifelong learning of your employees. A lot has been done, but of course there are many opportunities ahead of us. Luckily, business always is more agile, better trained to see and realize them. I thank you for your attention. I very much look forward to answering your questions and to engage in some of the dialogue. Thank you.